various AI and ML projects. So now you know that she's the right person to take up the topic. Also, if we talk about the domain knowledge, she has her expertise in deep learning, image processing, tensor, GCP. So she have all her expertise in various domains. And also she is a Google Cloud certified mentor here for deep learning, machine learning, and artificial intelligence developer. So she's done DL, ML, and AI. So she's the one who's going to take up the topic today. All right, so here we have Veda. Veda, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Ruby. So good morning, everyone. Like I welcome everyone to be participating in this particular webinar. And I understand that you are really wanted to learn about Python, and you need to upskill your stuff from the beginner level to the master level. So let's get started to this session. And each and every slides that is created for this particular session will be helping you to understand the basics, and then how to upscale that each and every concepts in Python. Okay, so let's get started. So today's planned agenda will be, you will be knowing what is the introduction of that particular Python language, and then analyzing the advantages and the level to master in that particular language. Okay, and finally we will be analyzing the opportunity, and then learning that Python, what it going to bring to you. So those kind of things and all we are just gonna learn. Okay, so the first thing is Python language. Of course, a few of you guys are from a coding background, or if they are very new to this, both can learn this particular Python language, because of course the Python language is kind of in computer interacting language, of course. So in human, while we are talking to somebody else, it is kind of a communication, right? So we want to, if we want to communicate with the computer, of course you need some languages, and here we are choosing Python because of course it is having an n number of advantages in it. So let's see one by one, like what is the advantages and why you wanted to learn this, and why you wanted to expert at this particular thing. Okay, so of course it is going to be an high level language, and also it is going to have in concepts of an inbuilt functions. Okay, so in the case of comparatively to any other particular languages, this Python isn't open to any libraries, or it is open. Actually, the main thing you need to learn this Python is this is an open source. Okay, so what is the purpose of learning this open source language? In the sense, it is widely used in n number of IT fields, like n number of companies which you are going to get placed, or still you are working, if you are thinking to upgrade yourself in the career. So anything like this Python language is the very required language you wanted to learn on. Okay, so analyzing the Python's advantages, of course, we are living in the digital world, and completely everything is kind of in data driven, and it is kind of in code. So entirely it is a mixed up kind of in concept. So here, while we are talking about this Python and its advantages and its application to the real world, in the sense, while we are talking about anything like healthcare, military, banking, research, so n number of applications, like n number of opportunities are available in this particular Python platform, and they are really using the Python language as their main development source. Okay, so that's the one of the thing of analyzing this particular Python. And of course, like for facilitating the software development, and also the in that particular thing, like mostly in 100% of the developers, 80% of developers should know, or they are already into Python. Okay, so if you are a beginner or a newbie or something else, like if you wanted to learn this particular Python, so this is one of the right time to get started to that. Okay, so that is one of the reason. And previously I added that it is having an extensive libraries, right? So extensive libraries and framework, in the sense, it can able to help you, for example, if you are processing some data, or if you wanted to analyzing something, yes, of course there is a library present that is called NumPy and Pandas. If you want to visualize something in your presentation in business analytics, then of course there is a framework in Python is available, that is called Matplotlib or Seaborn. So you can use n number of inbuilt frameworks in Python to project or to solve any kind of problems that you're having in your current software development. Okay, so and one of the most important thing is this Python is the forefront of machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence innovations. Of course, these are all the very hot topics, like you might have been heard in the tech field, right? So while talking about machine learning, data science, and artificial intelligence, this Python is having an n number of frameworks, and the frameworks that is built for this ML or AI, that really supports these Python languages. Okay, so that is the advantage. So if you learn the only one line of Python or that entire structure of that Python, then you can able to solve n number of options, and there is n number of opportunities are also available. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you before going into the entire level to master that Python. Okay, so let's get started to that. Okay, so here I just splitted the skills or major levels like in four types, like basic, intermediate, advanced, and then expert or master level. Okay, so if you are at any level, just you can just compare yourself at that particular level. So for example, if you know the basics level, then just start from the intermediate. Like if you are already an intermediate, just work on the advanced and master. Of course, you will be getting placed, or you will be just getting upgraded in your particular skill or anything. So for all these particular concepts, you need to be in a good hand. Okay, so for example, like you need to just pick a good platform to learn that particular Python. So that is the basic idea. Okay, so here, talking about the basic level or just an entry level, like I understand that each and everyone from here or this particular webinar will be knowing about what is Python or how to develop that. So if you are a newbie also, just get used to this. Like these are the programming languages. Like of course, as a basic Python developer or as a Python programmer, you need to know what is data types. Okay, so those are the very basic stuffs you need to know. And second goes the variables. Okay, so these are all very basic systems of developing any Python programs, and conditions, and then chaining conditions, operators, and control flow, loop and iterables, and then understanding the inbuilt data structures like list, set, dictionaries, etc. So these are the very basic stuffs you need to learn, and functions, and of course mutable, immutable data types, and common methods in Python. So file and IO. So what is this particular exact session will be telling you means, like you can learn these ideas from for if you wanted to learn the basics, these are the important ideas you can learn. And if you want to learn about intermediate and expert or advanced, so based on that, I will be adding each and every techniques to you, so that you can experience or you can just explore into that particular parts, and then you can master yourself. Okay, so it's the time for poll one.
All right. So yes, I'm back. I will, release the poll right now. We are just doing, we're doing a check as to how many people are, listening and are concentrating here. So here's the question: what are the basic of Python included? There are various options here: inbuilt data types, operators, functions, control structures, all of the above. Right? That's the poll one, and let's see who gets the answer correct. This will actually showcase how many of us are actually paying attention. I'm sure this session is going to be very fruitful. You will take a lot of learnings from there, so please kindly be attention. The poll is going to end in just a few seconds. Do key in your answer if you're not done yet. All right, so wow, it's nice to see 81% of us got the correct. So the correct answer is all of the above. The remaining, 19%, kindly please be a little, because there's a lot of learning that we take from this particular session. All right, so we have completed the poll one, and I think whether you can continue.
Yeah, sure. So the poll one is like very basic stuffs, like of course everyone or just listening to this particular session, or if you have might gone through the basics earlier. Okay, so it's very basic things. So if you wanted to get started to that particular Python, of course you wanted to learn all those basic stuffs. Okay, so if you are clear with that basics or fundamentals of that particular Python, then you can able to solve any kind of problems. Okay, for example, if any problem statement is given to you, to solve that via Python by using those basic structures, like for example control system, or the input and output, IO, like, so those kind of operations and all, you can easily able to solve that particular thing. Okay, as for beginners, I'm telling like that. Okay, so now let's move to the intermediate part. So this is like in mid level. Okay, like you can assume it like that way. So if you master in this intermediate, that shows that you can easily able to get placed to any companies. For example, like in the first round or second round of any of the, for example, I'm just talking about Mang or Fang companies. Okay, so in that, of course, the first round and second round will be like this only. Okay, for example, while talking about data structures, so that is one of the important thing. If you understand that each and every concepts of data structures, and then you can solve that in the any kind of problems that is given on, then you can easily able to ace the interview. Okay, so let's get started with this intermediate level. So first of all, this object oriented programming. So if you are clear with basics, now come to OOPS. Okay, so OOPS in the sense like class, objects, there are n number of operations that is involved in this particular concepts of object oriented programming. Okay, just enter into that. So if you already knew some other languages, for example Java or any other thing, there also OOPS concept is present. Like just compare to that and learn the syntax of Python. Okay, so syntax is very much important, and comparatively why 80% of developers are picking that Python, because that is very developer friendly language. For example, like if I'm using the Java for coding anything, like I need to focus on each and every ending statement. Like I need to check on my braces is closed or open, like is my function is closed or not, like if loop else. So there are n number of options or n number of other features I wanted to get into my mind. Okay, so that's the one of the thing. So comparatively to Python, just think about it, there is no kind of an open bracket or closed bracket, or there is nothing like that. You will be having colon, and also you will be having concept of indentation. Indentation means like it's a space. Okay, so these are the basic things you wanted to learn about Python. So be master in that particular basics and stuffs, then you can ace anything. Okay, so talking about intermediate thing, object oriented programming we just saw. And what is data structures in the sense, of course there is an n number of data present in this particular world. You need to store that particular value. So why you are storing? Because you need to access something inside out of it, you need to perform some operations. So what is the best way to store it? Of course, by using the data structures concept. There are two types of data structures. What is it? Linear and non-linear. Okay, so inside linear, all the data will be stored in a sequential manner. Okay, so under non-linear data structures, everything will be stored in a hierarchical manner. For example, linear, you can talk about list, linked list, or stack, or queue. So those are the concepts which will be coming under linear data structures. Okay, so just learn about those things. And talking about a non-linear thing, trees and graphs, of course. So learn about each and every concept, and also learn about how to identify the time complexity and then space complexity of each and every programs you are going to write. Okay, so talking about that, the third one will be same thing like comprehensions in the list. What is comprehensions in the sense? How to perform the n number of operations with that particular data structures. For example, list, stack, or queue. So those things and all, it will be getting involved. Okay. So lambda functions, that is one of the important thing. So instead of for loop, you can use this lambda. Okay. So talking about memory concepts and all, lambda will be very faster to perform your operations. Okay. So another thing will be the map and filter. Okay, so these are the some of the add-ons you can implement in your particular program to run it faster. So that's the basic idea. Okay, so Yeah, modules and then modules creation. Collection module, like 6 and 12, that or both, like kind of in module creation, you can work on modules. So in big companies, while you're getting a projects, just imagine you are not only one person to work on that particular program or that particular project. So n number of persons will be involved. So in that particular case and all, you can use that module concept to work on. Okay. So talking about arguments and KW arguments, in the sense like these are all like in you can pass the inputs in a dynamic manner, like you can set the arguments number also as a dynamic. Okay, so those concepts also, that's important for this particular point of intermediate level. And of course inheritance. What is inheritance? That is kind of an inheriting the characteristics of each and every data. For example, there are two classes. Okay, just imagine like that. So if you can just replicate the each and every program inside that inheritance. So just learn about that inheritance concept. That is also very important. Yeah, talking about the class and behaviors, there are n number of options that is available in the classes. So init function, so you can create a number of classes. So parent class, child class, so abstract class, there are n number of options that is available. Okay, and you wanted to learn one more thing like called as pip. So pip is one of the platform, or that is kind of an a module. Okay, just imagine like that. So by using that pip only, that package handler will be working on that particular part of pip. So by using that pip, you can install a number of libraries or frameworks that you wanted to be getting installed in the Python thing. Okay, so excuse me. So in that environment, so you need to also learn about Anaconda or Jupyter. That is also very important thing. So just learn about one of the IDEs. Okay, so to run your particular Python program, you need to learn about Jupyter or Anaconda environment. Okay, so this module part we already covered. And asynchronous programming, so async function will be coming under parallel programming, or so those kind of things. You need to learn about this. So these are the very intermediate level. So if you master that particular intermediate part, you can easily get into a company. Okay, so basics and intermediate will help you to get into a company, or you can learn about the gist of it. So this is the basic idea. Okay, so now it's the poll time too.
Okay, so we have another poll reflecting on the screen. So the question is, which under the intermediate level of Python that can replicate the exact feature of other class? You have various options here: data structure, inheritance, functions, lambda functions, all of the above. So here's the question again: which under the intermediate level of Python that can replicate the exact feature of other class? Kindly go ahead and key in your answers so that in case if you have any doubts or confusion, you can clear in the session itself. Okay, so the goal is going to end in a bit, so kindly give your answers so we know in case if you're clear with the concept that have been taught here. Okay, the answer to this is inheritance, which I see only 33% of you have got it correct, right? So the rest of the people, in case if you're confused about anything, please do let us know. Do let us know in the Q&A so that we can reiterate the topic and you can clear all your. All right. So whether you can take it up. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So the poll two, that will be the inheritance. Okay, guys. Like of course you can replicate the concept. So I understand that you are maybe a few of the guys are just into the concept right now. So just what if you wanted to learn much about it, just you wanted to master into that. Okay, so that particular solution and all I will be giving that at the end of this particular session. Okay, so now let's get started to the advanced. So previously I said you like basics and intermediate are very important to get started to this in advanced concepts. Okay, so decorators, generators, and context managers. So these are the concepts that is involved to a memory concept and memorization. Okay, so if you're working or writing any kind of a program, you need to think about the time complexity and also the space complexity. Okay, so talking about those kind of things and all, this generators and decorators, so these are very important concepts. Just you wanted to learn about this as well. Okay, so in multiple companies they are asking about this decorators and generators, like how to perform these and all, like in the interview, very basic interview sessions itself. Okay, just you wanted to master in this as well. Okay, and talking about parallelism. Okay, so parallelism is one of the important topic that you wanted to learn. And as a programmer, you need to write a program in a way that it should not struck your laptop or your system. Okay, so think about your CPU space and think about your running time and think about everything to solve it as much possible as easier. Okay, I'm not talking about like if you are adding two numbers and then printing, it will not take that much time. Okay, so I'm talking about the big projects. For example, in companies and all, they will be creating in very big vast projects. So in that particular case, if it is taking too much time or if it is taking too much space in your particular system to run on, so it is going to be in a chaos mode. Okay, right? So in that particular case, you need to think about everything and you need to and just structure your particular program in a very thin layer. Okay, so that is the basic idea. So talking about parallelism, you can work on job lib, or there are n number of options that is available in that parallelism concept. You can work on that. So this particular parallelism concept is coming under advanced. So if you know the basics and intermediate very good, then go to this parallelism. Okay, and now talking about testing. Okay, so testing is one of the important thing. So you can do the manual testing or automated testing, that is your wish. Okay, there are a number of things available like Selenium or some other platforms are also available to work on with testing concepts. So if you wanted to get into advanced stage, you wanted to learn about that testing as well. Okay, so development and manipulation of packages. Okay, I hope you remember in the previous slide in the intermediate I added one concept called pip, right? So that is the package manager. So by using that thing, you wanted to develop your own kind of in package by using what modules you can use that to create any, or you can develop any or any manipulate any kind of packages. Okay, so this is the basic idea. So talking about Python, like this is in C coding. Okay, so for example, there is if you wanted to interact your C programming language with Python, Python is the intermediate part you wanted to learn. Okay, so a number of companies are using this Python. Like based on your requirement, just learn this. Okay, so these are the basic 8 techniques you needed to learn and you needed to work on. Okay. So yeah, one more thing I would like to add in this particular advanced concepts, like while mastering anything, you need to learn on end-to-end kind of development. Okay, so if you're working on any kind of languages or if you're getting started to any kind of programming languages, the only one thing you need to focus is end-to-end development. Okay, so end-to-end in the sense basics, intermediate, and then advanced. Okay, so advanced concepts I just focused it right now. So the expert level, while we are talking about that, I will explain much into this. Like as of now, basics, intermediate, and advanced is enough for just creating any program or to get placed into any companies. Okay, so there is one more poll available. just answer that. Like the rest of it, we can see the advanced and expert level. Okay.
All right, so you have the poll here. Find the one is related to speed the process of running the program in advanced Python. So you have the following options: decorators, generators, parallelism, developmental packages. So you need to select one that is related to speed the process of running the program in advanced Python. You have all the four options here. Kindly key in one so that you know it, the concept. Right. You have few seconds to answer this question, so kindly go ahead. The poll is gonna end very soon. All right, so here we have. Okay, mixed answers that we got. 36% of us got it correct. So the answer was option 3, parallelism. All right, so Veda, you can take it ahead. I believe they need a little more clarification, so we can post a slide on this.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so guys, like talking about the poll 3, based on speeding up your process, you can work on parallelism, right? So that's what I added. Like you just got into that particular topics right now. Maybe like if you wanted to learn much about it, we can have another kind of an thing related to this. Okay. So what is this expert level in the sense? Basics, intermediate, advanced. If you know all these three things at your tip of your finger, then you can enter into the export level. For example, like take a real-time problem or any kind of real-time data. I'm talking about, you can take any data from an R&D papers or any kind of Kaggle data set or any kind of in contest. Okay, so there are n number of options available. So pick that particular real world problem and then try to solve that using Python in the sense, I'm just not mentioning Python alone, like use the libraries inside that particular Python to solve it. Okay, so there are n number of options available. So if you wanted to get into the expert level, this is the very first step. Okay, so second, web development or any kind of, for example, if I'm talking something that is related to and machine learning model. Okay, I'm just telling about it. Like even though if you do not know about machine learning, just I'm just giving a gist of it. Okay, if you're creating anything as a machine learning or any kind of a model, how you will be delivering that to the customer, or how you will be delivering that to the end user. You wanted to learn about web development, right? So that is called as full stack development about Python. By using that Python, for example, here I just mentioned Django and Flask. Okay, so these are the two libraries that will be helping you to develop the web development application. So in front you can add kind of Angular, React or any other kind of languages like a JavaScript kind of programs. If you wanted, you can add that as well. Okay, so a second thing is you need to learn web development. For example, end-to-end development of that particular Python by using Python. Okay, so I prefer Django here. So inside Django, you can learn the REST frameworks, for example, REST APIs and all. Just take a note of that. Just learn about this when you wanted to get into expert levels. Okay, so REST framework is there, like APIs. So learn about those and all inside this web development. And third one, it will be like in advanced libraries in machine learning. For example, you can learn scikit-learn or TensorFlow or C. There are n number of frameworks or libraries is available. So you need to get master to that, like based on your domain. So if you are into gaming, learn about something that is related to gaming in Python languages. Okay, so if you are into robotics, learn about that. If you are into machine learning, learn about that particular library. So based on your domain, fix that particular libraries to be upgraded. The basic tool is language, that language is Python. Okay, connect it in that particular way. Okay, so So these are the top three things I would just mention here. So fourth one will be the DevOps. Okay, so in this particular case, while you're creating the web development applications, this DevOps is going to be helpful. Okay, so this is like in development and then deployment, so those kind of CI/CD operations. So if you enter into this expert level, you wanted to learn this as well. Okay, so like as of now, if you are hearing this as the first step, it will be like in very different, like in rocket science or something. Just don't imagine like that. So DevOps is one of the important thing, like CI/CD. While you are into the software development and while you are into the Python, then this DevOps will be giving you the one of the good thing to deploy that, and then you can easily able to manage it. Okay, so final thing that would be cloud. So talking about cloud, so while you created any web development, okay, just imagine web development and along with any other particular kind of a solution to any problem. So how you will be deploying and then how you will be showing that to the customer. Of course, you wanted to deploy that in the cloud. Okay, so for example, there are n number of clouds available. For example, AWS is there, GCP is there, and free websites, or example like Heroku is there. Like you can host your application there and you can run it. Okay, so I go and explore about GCP, AWS, and Heroku for if you wanted to get into expert level. So guys, like what I wanted to explain here is, if you wanted to expert in any particular language, just work on. Okay, just don't read or just don't by heart anything. Don't get the theory part of it. Just you wanted to implement that in the real time. Install the IDE, install your IDE in your system. Try to learn the basics, intermediate, advanced, and then expert level. Okay, so that's how you can learn, and that's how you can master yourself in any languages. So particularly in this session, I'm just giving you the ideas to master in Python. Okay. So coming to the topic now, so why you wanted to learn Python and its understanding. Okay, so of course we covered many kind of levels in the past few slides. Like here I'm just giving you the gist of it. So Python is the concise and extremely powerful language that is rapidly gaining popularity. Of course, we discussed about this. 80% of developers and also more than n number of companies are working in this particular Python platforms. Okay, so the amazing technologies like AI, automation, machine learning. So again, we are coming to the main basic topics, like many companies, many big fat companies that you have here, like Facebook, Amazon, Google, or IBM, or Deloitte. So n number of big companies are working towards this AI, automation, and machine learning. Of course, these all things they are using Python for developing it. Of course, I understand that there are a few of the companies are using Java and something else, but if you know Python, they are open-handed to get you placed into it. Okay, so that is the main reason. And also one more thing, data analysis and data visualization. So you can, if you wanted to learn much about it, then this Python is offering the concepts for data analysis and also for data visualization. Okay. So coming to the final topic now. So by learning this particular Python language, so the entire concept, how much numbers you are going to bring back to your particular table, that's what you wanted to really know, right? So as a fresher for this particular Python developer, they are getting, or the companies in India, I'm just talking about right now. So they are offering 6 to 12 LPA as for a fresher. Okay, so and for experienced, that would be like, I'm just giving the raw numbers here, like 12 LPA to 20 LPA based on your capacity and based on your problem solving skills. They can, that is max, like up to I'm not going to give you any limit. That is based on you. You can just upgrade yourself in any of these things, and the max is your limit. Okay, so that's the company's limit. So talking about 12 LPA to 20 LPA. Okay, so this, like based on this entire session, if you wanted to master anything, you need to have a good or and best kind of a platform to learn all these, right? So that's what the main idea. So pick the best platform. of course we are offering that. So Python is one of the important concepts that is really helpful in more than 80% of developers are using it, and many companies are working that as well. So if you have any kind of queries, or if you need any kind of things that to be learned in this particular topics, just let me know. Okay, thank you.
Right. I'm so sorry for that dead air that we had in between. All right. So, guys, I received a lot of questions here, asking what is the duration of the course? People wants to join this course. Yes. So, let me just give you an information that, we have various courses that can actually help you build career in IT sector. We have, courses for people who are graduates, for working professionals. So there are various courses as per the industry standards, as per the market requirements. So what you can do is we are just launching a course right now. All right. So you can just key in if in case you want to go ahead, know more about the courses that we have. We have various payment flexibilities also for the course. We have various programs that come with pay after placement as well. Right. So that gives you a flexibility of paying demand only and only when you get a job. So there are various competitive rates that we provide you, various offers that we provide you. So I'm just launching the poll here, right here. So whoever is interested to know more about the program or join the course, do let us know through a poll so that our team can get in touch with you. So here's the poll. Are you interested to know more about your programs? You can key the yes in case if you want a counseling session with us. All right, so if you're keen a yes, we will surely get in touch with you very soon. We'll have a counseling session with you wherein we'll explain you what is best for your career, how we can mold your career, and how we can help you upskill and build a career in IT sector. All right, so you still have time. Kindly keen a yes if you want to know more. Okay, the poll is going to end very soon. So if you're not keen in the answer, please do that right now. All right, thank you so very much for giving that information. Sorry for letting us know whether you want to know more about us. All right, so even if you in a yes, surely we will get in touch with you. Me or somebody from the counseling team will get in touch with you and explain you better. So here, see, as you can see on our screen, we already have a list of the packages that is there as per the market standards, right? So for Python developers, it can range from 6 LPA to max 12 LPA as a fresher. For experience, it can go, from 12 LPA to 20 LPA. So that's the kind of opportunities that you have after upskilling yourself. Now we have a little time, so I will, give you a chance to put down your questions in Q&A in regards to the topic, to the course, or maybe, about your workshop. You have few minutes to put down your questions and we will take it up right in the session itself. Okay, let me just have a few people already mentioned questions here. It's really pleasing to see so many people are active and they are, responding on the chats, on the Q&A, typing questions. I mean, thank you so much for being a lovely audience. I'm just checking your questions and surely will take it up. Just allow me a minute just to have a look through the questions, please. 1 second, we just getting close to the questions. Yes, so people who have put in that they want to know more about us. Okay. All right, so maximum of the questions that were there here, please explain about web development. Prashant, basically this session was about Python, so we wouldn't want to deviate from the topic at the moment. Yes, if you want to know a little more about, web development, as we have your number already, let us get in touch with you, explain you what exactly web development is and what kind of scope it has. So be rest assured, somebody from the team or me myself will get in touch with you so that we can help you understand what career scope you have in web development. I hope that helps. Okay, I hope I'm audible now. Somebody said I'm not audible, so I'm hoping that you can hear me now. All right, so Satyabrat, job location. Satyabrat, job location in terms of, I'm really very surprised. I mean, what exactly is the question? So if you can just elaborate a little more, probably we can help you. All right. I have somebody still saying that my voice is interrupted. Can I please get to know from you whether you are able to hear me or not? Kindly please let me know in the chat option whether I'm audible or not. If not, then I just check the settings so that there's no interruption. I will join in this course, but I want to know what is the duration and price. Karuni, thank you so much for letting us know that you're interested in the course. We'll help you with the duration and price. So I'll just give you just about the duration right here because I got a lot of questions, a same question rather. So the duration is just 4 months. Right. So in 4 months, we help you get trained and also help you get a job opportunity. So it's a fast track program that wouldn't require much of your time. It's not a lengthy course that will take months to complete and then go for a job. It's a fast track program where we make sure that each and every topic is covered in the limited time frame. So that's just a 4 months program. And from the 4th month onwards, we start the placement activities as well. So finally, Tarani, as we already have, your answer in the last poll, be rest assured somebody from the team, from the counseling team, will get in touch with you and will have, we can have a detailed counseling session or, on this particular topic. Be rest assured we will definitely get in touch with you. Mohit, what should be our qualification? I think that's a very generic question that you all are asking. So that's the reason I'm taking it up right here. So qualification, yes, I mean, any graduate from any field would actually, help. Somebody has done diploma also can actually, let us know so we can check what this can be done. However, if you're a graduate, recent graduate, or are you a professional, we can definitely help you. All right, so graduation is the bare minimum that is required. And we require at least 50% in 10th and 12th. Okay, is this course free or paid? As mentioned, we have various payment options. They give you a flexibility, which is for pay after placement course, right? So you can join the course, you can learn, you can upgrade yourself as per the current industry standards, and pay us only and only when you get a job. So we help you with such flexibility. So be rest assured we will give you that convenience to build your career and then pay us later. All right. You have just passed 12th this year. Well, if you're looking for learning, definitely you can. I mean, after 12th also, you can definitely, go ahead with learning programs. However, if you're looking for a placement program, then graduation is mandatory. Right. So if you've completed your 12th, you can always, connect with us. We will get in touch with you and we will help you understand how you can learn, because the sooner you learn, the better it would be for you. So we will connect with you for a counseling session and explain you what would be the best option. Satyabrat, definitely you can add your friends who are interested. You can let us know. All right, so I will just leave. One second. Satyabrat, I have put down the email ID in the chat in the Q&A, which is support@universal.com. If you have any of your friends who you would want to add to the program, or if you want them to join the session, you want us to share the link, please just put in a mail to us, write the email IDs of the people that you want to be a part of the session, and we will definitely get in touch with you. All right, Sirikuri, Siam, sorry if I got it wrong. All right, so the question is, my degree, BCom computer, is it any problem when I'm getting a job? Well, no, not at all. Right, so what matters currently is that how do you upskill yourself? If you're done with your BCom, you can definitely opt for the course. You can definitely go ahead and learn this program and look for a job opportunity. So there is no problem with BCom degrees. It's the upskilling that will matter, which will on which we will train you, perfectly. So, CIM, we just call in, we just call you and get in touch with you very soon and explain how you can actually upskill yourself and get a job in IT. I have a question in chat. Let me just have a look through. Actually, I'm already registered from Chirag. Okay. So tell me that you joined this session and hear about the cards. Okay. So Prashant, as you already have registered for this boot camp, and Chirag is your counselor. All right. So this is basically it's just a guru class that we have conducted on Python, language. Your boot camp is going to start on 27th of April. So be rest assured from that date onwards, we will pick up the topic about web development as you have enrolled yourself for a web full stack development course. So this is just an introductory webinar that we have conducted for all the candidates. So be rest assured this is not the part of the boot camp. This is over and above that we are giving you a privilege of understanding both languages in the market situation. So be rest assured. Prashant, I would suggest you to get in touch with your counselor, Chirag, and I think he would be the best person to give you details more about this. I believe that's the best way to get all your questions answered. A +2 graduate get a job if he's studying Python. I mean, +2, if I understand, is 12, and a graduate. So I'm sorry, Sharad, that I'm not able to understand what is the question. Are you asking about a graduate? Graduate definitely have a job opportunities. In IT sector, they are perfectly upskilled. If you talk about +2, which is 12, then unfortunately, after completing 12, I would say, I mean, only plus 2, that's 12, won't suffice the need. It won't help you get a job. So you need to be a graduate or have an equivalent degree to go ahead and get a job in IT. Yeah, so I believe, Musharraf, that has answered your question. All right, uh, what should I select for my graduation? Mohit, it totally depends. Um, how much you score in 12th and whether you are able to get, admissions in what you are looking forward for, what your aims and ambitions are. So if you're looking to build your career in IT sectors, we suggest you to basically choose a course that will help you, or maybe choose a stream that will help you, uh, lead the path towards that particular, ambition that you have. Mohit, the question is, I think HCL is providing job after getting 12. So, well, I think you need to check that fact. If they are providing jobs, then I mean, it's good, but none of the companies, IT companies, look forward for undergraduates. All right, so let me just check the time. We have last few minutes for this particular Q&A session. So if in case you have more questions, do let us know. If you have question pertaining to the topic, we still have Vinodini here, and I think she will take up the session, the questions. So do let us know in the Q&A if in case you have any questions pertaining to the topic or anything about your become sure. Well, I have an anonymous attendee, requesting that can you please change the meeting timings of a college ends at 2 p.m. daily. Well, unfortunately, this is a standard time that we have because it is convenient for most of the candidates. So for us, it would be really very really sorry for that. I hope whenever we have other sessions at different timings, we will always get notified about it. Satyabrat, which class timings are you asking about? I'm sorry. Prashant, yes, Prashant, you can definitely learn from zero level. Even if you are from a civil background, be rest assured the curriculum that we have is designed in such a manner that everything that you learn will start from the basics. So we will focus on building your basics first. We will help you in programming fundamentals first, and then we will move ahead. So be rest assured, have a little faith on your counselor. You will be able to learn everything from zero level. I think Chirag might have already briefed you about it. So just be a little patient. The 27th is the batch start timing, start date, sorry, and you will see that everything that you learn will start from zero. All right, so are at 11:57, last 3 minutes. I will just sit back and wait because I see a lot of questions that have come in today. So I'll just wait for another 3 minutes and see in case any of us have any questions so that we can discuss. One more thing, I saw a lot of questions in the Q&A asking when will you receive your certificates. So basically on the completion of, as we have already, we are on the verge of completing this class. So post that, I think you will receive the certification on your registered email IDs within 24 hours. Yeah. So Sai Satyavrat, when is the course starting? What are the class timings? So the course that we have is starting from 27th of April this month. Right. So in case if you're looking forward for any batch this month, then definitely connect with us or our team connect with you. And class timing, we have various batches with flexible class timings. So we will get in touch with you over a call and discuss about this. So you can definitely ask all the questions that you have on a counseling call. Okay. Last 1 minute that we have. Any questions for me or maybe for Veda? Mohit, be rest assured you will receive a certificate about the session. In case if you don't receive it, please mail us on support@unikaksha.com and we will make sure that you get your certificate. So be rest assured. Okay, somebody has not mentioned the name in anonymous attendee. First of all, I would request everyone to at least mention their name when they are joining any session so that it becomes easier for us to connect with you, communicate with you, and nobody would want to, get addressed by anonymous attendee, right? You would love your name. So yeah. So I'll just pick up the and question here. Course fee, as mentioned, we have various courses which have various fees, various courses that come with pay after placement program. We will definitely get in touch with you, guide you as per your profile, see what suits you the best, and then according share the fees over a call. So we have pay after placement programs as well. Be rest assured about it. Allow us some time to get in touch with you. You're welcome, Satyabrat. Thank you so much for being a part of this session. All right, Mohit, you're welcome. It was really a pleasure, being a part of this class, having something, attending the world. There's also question, a lot of interactive sessions that we had today. Prashant, I think I had repeated this a lot of time, but again, one last time I'll tell you that the course duration is 4 months. And also, Prashant, as you have already enrolled for the course, I would request you to get in touch with your counselor for any questions and confusions. Thank you. So I think with this, we come towards the end of our Guru class. Thank you so very much for being a lovely audience. Thank you so much for being so interactive. And thank you so much for being a part of this webinar on a Saturday morning wherein you could do a lot more. So choosing your career over all the leisure activities shows how dedicated you are. So thank you so much for being a lovely audience. Ali, we will get in touch with you about the. Thank you. So thank you so much. Have a good weekend. We look forward to see you next weekend. Thank you so very much.